In the annals of aerial combat, amidst the tumult of World War II, emerged a figure whose prowess and audacity soared miles above his contemporaries, etching a legend that endures to this day. Joachim Marseille, the Star of Africa, epitomized the consummate fighter pilot. His exploits resonate with both immense awe and controversy. Born on December 19, 1919, in Charlottenburg, Berlin, Marseille's trajectory from a rebellious youth to a virtuoso of the skies is as captivating as it is multifaceted. Marseille's journey into the realm of aviation was not devoid of tumult. Enlisting in the Luftwaffe under the influence of his father, a World War I pilot, Marseille's early days were marked by turbulence, characterized by disciplinary infractions and repeated insubordination. However, beneath this veneer of dangerous defiance lay a promising talent, evident in his awe-inspiring, impeccable scores in aerobatics and gunnery, which belied his tumultuous conduct. Deployed to various theaters of conflict as the best scoring student in German flight school history, Marseille's ascent to notoriety commenced finally in North Africa, where his exploits against Allied forces earned him both admiration and censure. His unorthodox tactics, including the daring maneuver to dismantle the formidable Loughbury Circle, confounded Allied expectations and precipitated a paradigm shift in aerial combat strategy. Yet, Marseille's legacy transcends mere tactical innovation and superiority, up to then unseen in any pilot in history. It is mixed with a profound sense of humanity. Despite the crucible of warfare, Marseille kept himself to a code of honor that set him apart from his peers. On numerous occasions, he displayed unparalleled chivalry, sparing the lives of vanquished adversaries and extending gestures of compassion amidst the crucible of conflict. Indeed, Marseille's magnanimity extended beyond the confines of aerial warfare. His poignant camaraderie with adversaries such as Patrick Byers, whom he rescued from the wreckage of his downed aircraft, epitomizes Marseille's conduct of compassion amidst the crucible of conflict. However, Marseille's saga is not devoid of tragedy. The loss of his sister to the horrors of war, coupled with the toll of relentless combat, cast a pall over his indomitable spirit. Yet, amidst adversity, Marseille found refuge in acts of insubordination, such as being frequently absent of his duties, often getting drunk or flirting with local women, and coming back late in the morning after a hefty night out, very often in stolen cars, and even sleeping with gorgeous women in his tent, which was strictly forbidden in the German army. Joachim Marseille, dubbed the Star of Africa, carved his name into the annals of aerial combat with such unparalleled skill that not even the highest-scoring ace in world history, his fellow pilot, Erich Hartmann, could match. Marseille shot 17 planes in one day on the Western Front with highly trained enemy pilots and superior enemy airplanes, equaled at least double that amount on Hartmann's Eastern Front scores, with poorly trained Russian pilots flying in inferior airplanes, making him, in comparison to Hartmann, just only for this, already far superior in skill. Moreover, due to the fact that Hartmann may have double as many kills to his name, these, however, are accumulated over 4 years. Marseille had only 1.5 years before his tragic accident departed him from this world. of which more than half of that time he was grounded and confined to his quarters due to insubordination for stealing cars, chasing the most beautiful local women in nearby towns during service time, up to secretly making love to the daughter of the most high-ranked SS general in Africa, in a yet again stolen car, this time the private Mercedes of the general himself. This amount of time difference alone would already yet again make him the greatest pilot of the Second World War. His defiance of authority, epitomized by his disregard for orders from high-ranking officials, like for instance Hermann Göring as head of the entire Luftwaffe, was matched only by his audacity in the face of danger. Combined with his chivalry and sense of honor for the enemy pilots that he shot down, by dropping notes wrapped around stones with flags attached to them, out of his cockpit through low flyovers above enemy airfields, to give the info where their pilots were to be located for rescue, made him stand out gloriously like no other pilot in history. However, Marseille's confrontations with his superior officers, including First Lieutenant Gerhard Homuth, were so outrageous, culminating in daring acts such as shooting a barrage of bullets from his plane through his squadron leader's tent, whilst him being in it. All this because of an overheated argument, an act that would have spelled the firing squad for any other pilot for sure. Albeit, Marseille was pardoned again for this stunt, again by none other than Hermann Göring himself for the third time in his career. But Marseille's defiance was not merely a display of insubordination, it was a reflection of his steadfast commitment to his moral compass. Amidst the cacophony of war, Marseille remained resolute in his convictions, as evidenced by his declaration that he answered only to God for his actions. His clashes with authority did not stem from a desire for rebellion, but rather from a deeply ingrained sense of integrity that guided his every move. For this reason, he often played forbidden music in his tent with his comrades like jazz and ragtime of the American Negro composer Scott Joplin, which was strictly forbidden within the Third Reich and seen as degenerate and repulsive. This was displayed yet again at his receiving of his Golden Knight's Cross medal from Hitler himself after his 150th air combat kill, where Adolf Hitler asked him to play the piano, and after some boring German piano music, he started to play American Negro jazz, talking about steel nerves. With this daring stunt, he was simply saying to Adolf Hitler right in his face, "Go fuck yourself." The defiant bravery and audacity of this young German pilot was absolutely mind-blowing and completely off the charts. Not even Hitler's most high-ranked generals ever had the bravery to act like this right in front of Hitler himself. Yet, Marseille was not merely a figure of controversy. He was also a symbol of unparalleled skill and valor in the cockpit. With a record-breaking tally of aerial victories reaching up to 158 confirmed kills, he soared above the fray, leaving a trail of fallen adversaries in his wake. Marseille's mastery of the skies made him a household name, gracing the covers of magazines and newspapers across Germany and Italy. However, Marseille's legacy transcends mere statistics and accolades. He was a man of contradictions, a virtuoso pianist who found solace in the melodies of jazz amidst the chaos of war, a fearless aviator who faced death with unwavering resolve, yet grappled with the darkness that lurked within his nation. His friendship with Mathis Letuku, a black South African soldier captured by the Germans, exemplified Marseille's capacity for compassion amidst the brutality of war. Letuku, whom Marseille affectionately called Matthias, became more than just a comrade in arms. He was a confidant and a protector, standing by Marseille's side through the trials and tribulations of combat. Marseille's tragic demise, a result of a fatal accident during his final mission, marked the end of an era. The passing of a legend whose spirit had captivated friend and foe alike. Yet, even in death, Marseille's legacy endured, earning him the respect and admiration of his former adversaries, who mourned the loss of a worthy opponent and a gallant adversary. Today, the memory of Hans Joachim Marseille lives on, an eternal testament to the enduring spirit of courage, honor, and resilience in the face of mortal danger. His fatal accident was not due to him being shot down by enemy planes, but caused by a technical malfunction of the oil circuit of his Messerschmitt Bf 109G, which filled his cockpit with blistering hot oil on which he had no other choice than to jump out. In doing so, he was struck by his tail wing, ripping open most of his chest, through which he was not able to open his parachute, and therefore hurtling down to earth with a fatal speed. His story serves as a reminder to honor the greatest pilot in history. A pyramid was erected after the war. On the very spot, his body fell in the unforgiving Libyan desert. Hans Joachim Marseille may have departed from this world, but his everlasting glory as the greatest pilot of all time continues to inspire generations to come. History reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there are those who shine as beacons of hope, with unmatched courage and chivalry.